Push the weight in the flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. We strong. This Sunday, we strong. Happy New Year. And we're going to set things off right. We're going to call things how it is. We're not sugarcoating anything. And we're doing it respectfully. But if it comes off as disrespect to the fighter that I'm speaking on, then it's your fighter that needs to correct these wrongs. So basically, I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, whether you like it or not. So let's do this roll call because I want to jump right into this. Michael Fleming, Dolph Cairns, salute, brother. Dow Big G, Mr. Tiptoe, Columbia, Rod Nail in the building, Bernard Gilbert, Coach Hudson in the building, salute. Jalen Hudson, we got two Hudsons back to back. I'm going to go play Lotto now. Universal Truth, ATX, MXC, my brother Jeff Spark, always supporting, salute to you, good brother. Prince Savage, the CDB, Todd Swindle, Prince Savage, what up? Unbelievable. The Village Brother, what's going on? I can't say, what is it? What's your name? Kwai, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you commissioning. Salute. Y'all must have forgot. Yeah, man. Let's just jump right into this. Devin Haney definitely has your favorite fighters and promoters shook. I'm not accepting any excuses. It's not up for debate anymore. With this last move, it is solidified. For anyone to justify what's going on right now, that just means you just simply don't like Devin. And let me be very clear, in peace to Darth Cairns in that super chat, salute. He's a dev stand on business, as he does always. Salute to you, good brother. Appreciate that. Be very clear on what we're dealing with here. If this was the early 1900s, Devin would be getting frozen out. Allah's the perfect planner. Allah is the perfect planner. And it's a good thing that Turki al-Sheikh came about. And I don't want to hear y'all complain about him. I don't want to hear y'all complain about the Muhammad Ali Act. I don't want to hear y'all complain about the Muhammad Ali Act. I'm going to say it one more time. I don't want to hear y'all complain about the Muhammad Ali Act when y'all are not. Somebody block James Franklin. I don't want to hear y'all complaining about the Muhammad Ali Act when you're allowing this to take place. You're allowing this to take place. Before I go any further, James, you made another account to come here. I don't want you here, dude. I'm being dead serious. There's something wrong with you. When you're a grown-ass man in your late 30s, possibly 40s, and you got on my stream and lied, and then got on BFTB stream and lied, it was funny for a minute, but the more I went back and looked at it, I'm like, that is pathetic, bro. That's pathetic. I don't talk to men like you because there's something psychologically wrong with you. Now, my conversation, if I'm not showing something about a fighter, I ask. This with Devin, at this point, it's not up for debate. It's not up for debate. When you have an industry trying to freeze out this kid, and it's not working because you can't freeze him out financially, because everything that y'all said is a living contradiction to what Turki al-Sheikh is doing. He don't sell, shout out to Conor Ben, right? He don't sell and he's boring, but Turkey Al Sheik is paying him millions of dollars. What's that about? What's that about? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It's like non-alcoholic beer. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. He's pillow-fisted and chinny, and nobody wants to fight him. As a matter of fact, at this point, a win against Devin Haney is something to pound your chest over. And at this point, nobody wants to do it. Freedom's March, Del Riv, salute. Nobody wants to do it. I thought this was easy work, and it should be easy money, right? Refer to the list. He's going down the list. And you see the meme I got? All those dudes running, all of them ran. Behind the lens, salute. All of them ran. And I don't care who your favorite fighter is. Tank, Shakur, Richardson, Hitchens, DB3, Lomachenko, T.O., Subadel Matias, Boots, Rolly with the latest duck. Plat boy, what up? Rolly, there's nothing you can say at this point. It's over with. And the latest thing was Crocker wanted to smoke, and here comes Eddie Hearn with his bullshit, as usual. What can you tell me other than, hey, hooray. He's getting blocked. What is Rolly gonna do? What is Rolly gonna do? Because we always like to let's focus on money for a minute. What is Rolly gonna do? What is Rolly gonna do? Where's he gonna make the bread that he would make versus Devin Haney and the possible win for a unified title? You could get 2 belts for one fight. You could beat Devin, right? Ratchet, what up? What's going on? What's going on? Shakur, I'm not even gonna go down that road with Shakur. I already told y'all about this kid. This thing he got with Teofimo Lopez, I already told y'all. I'm detached from it. I really don't care who wins. I really don't care who wins. I really don't. But 1 minute he could fight at 54 or 47 because he's that nice. He wanted kind of bend. I ain't heard nothing about no rehydration clause. But I heard it about Devin. And then when you call him out and show him how he's contradicted himself with his own words, what does he say? Y'all on my dick. Nah, bro, we just want you to fight somebody. Your contemporary. To be very clear, your contemporary. Do I have to talk about Teofimo? We all know $11 million duck. Then I throw the fucking mic in his face. Oh, it has motion now, right? Well, it had motion at 35. He was 1 fight away from undisputed. A real undisputed. And then prior to that, you said if you had beat Kambosos, you was going to dump the belts to make it specifically harder for Devin. You said that. Do I got to talk about Subadel Matias? At the top of 2024, we was waiting for, we'll get back to you in 2 weeks, Bill. And what happened? Nothing happened, but a year and a half later, he pops for whatever he had in the system, but he's still fighting. But he ain't want no smoke. Ain't he a killer? Ain't he killing people in the ring? What happened? What happened to Mr. Popo, Richardson, Hitchens? What happened? Fuck you, nigga, let's fight in front of all those white folk. Bill pressed him at an event in New York. He talked, then got on a boxing voice and said, nah, I was just bullshitting. Really? Brooklyn, y'all down bad with that. I'm going to call it how I see it. Edgar Berlanga and now Mr. Popo. You're down bad. You got to do something. Shaquilla, Charlene, salute. You got to do something now. Who else? Keyshawn Davis, do I have to go there? Do I have to go there? That dude lied to my face. I said, what about Richards and Hitchens pulling out of the fight with you and him and on January 31st? I don't be online. I don't know nothing about that. Richardson Hitchens shows up. I put the camera up. I'm like, yo, what happened? Oh, nah, chill. Eddie Hearn walks right over and says, yeah, this is supposed to be on the undercard January 31st. I was like, yo, this one, I just asked this nigga this. But then everybody want to turn around and say Devin's name. But when it comes time to do something, what did we find out? Read this right here. Deebo Dev, they say everything but fight. It's clear it's not Devin. It's clear at this point. It's your favorite promoter and it's your favorite fighter. Because all the faces on here had an excuse not to fight Devin. All of them. All of them. Don't talk to me about Boots. I don't want to hear it. Big Joe Townsend, salute. Don't talk to me about Boots. Devin just got the 47 and was fighting for a belt. Y'all magically forgot that Boots said he wanted to be undisputed at 47. Didn't he say that? Or am I making that up? Wait, hold on. Tell me I'm wrong on that. Did I mishear him? Yes or no? Black Martial Arts Society, salute. Yes or no? Did Boots say he wanted undisputed at 47? Did I not hear? Did I mishear that? Tell me I'm wrong. Say, Drew, no, he ain't say that exactly. Tell me, please, and then tell me what he said. I could have swore he said he wanted to be undisputed at 47. Did he say that? Did he say that? Yes. Tell me I'm wrong. If you tell me I'm wrong, I could deal with that. He said that. Okay. He said that and then goes to fucking 54 the same week. Devin goes to 54. He said, I'll fight you at 52. Why? I just got the 47 and got a belt. It's ridiculous. And then you hear these motherfuckers running around talking about, oh, I hope Devin don't ever Southern T my cousin. What up? The motherfuckers talking about, I want everybody, basically YouTubers talking about, they basically want everyone to duck Devin. For what? So you can say, hey man, this kid, he tried to accomplish greatness and the business froze him out. But then y'all want to complain about Dana White and the Muhammad Ali Act? Y'all are living, walking contradictions. Y'all are girls. Prez, what up? Y'all are girls. Y'all are absolute girls. All I want is the best competition to face each other, and I got to do lives like this. All of these kids should be looking to get it popping with one another. Y'all making Devin look like the goddamn Incredible Hulk. That's the next meme. I'll stop right there. Stormy, man. Good evening, good brother.
Yeah. Good evening. Salute to the chat. Also, with the move that Hearn is making, y'all pay close attention to this because guess who else is in the graces of Hearn? Your boy from Philly, Jaron Ennis. Now check this out. I mean, and I'm glad you got him in your meme too, because Crocker wants the fight with Devin Haney because it's an opportunity of a lifetime. You can fight for 2 titles and become unified with a victory. And even if you don't unify and you happen to drop a decision, you're still netting your largest purse in your career with this fight against Devin Haney. Do you guys remember, about a decade or so ago when Al Heyman advised Prince Charles Martin, to go over to the UK for $9 million and face AJ instead of staying in-house with the brethren, Deontay Wilder, and unify at home stateside, He advised Martin to go for the bag. Notice how Hearn doesn't advise his guys to go for the bag. They believe in keeping it in-house. Now, the fighter may not necessarily, and in this instance, we're talking Crocker, Lewis Crocker. But Hearn, this is how he moves. He's always moved that way. But y'all want to talk about Bill Haney, And where the fuck, excuse my language, I know it's still early in the show, where's Al Heyman?
We good.
Where's Al Heyman now? Where is he? Huh? Ain't nobody taking their drawers off? Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, look at what's before you guys. I'm saying plainly, succinctly, that you are watching the very thing that you're contributing to. You are watching a fighter who is primed for legacy get blackballed because he's doing it the right way. And he's not selling himself out. He's standing as a man on an island because that's what the true leaders are. They are people who make the hard decisions and choices. They do what's difficult and not comfortable or convenient. And you all rail against that. Just like Drew said a moment ago, these fools running away from the opportunity. But they're also running away from their own chances at legacy and their own chances to be in record books. The reasons that you talk about guys today like Leonard, Hagler, Hearns is because they sought greatness out. They didn't run away from it. You didn't even hear those guys talking about the so-called proverbial bag. They wanted to prove themselves against one another, even if a guy was noted to be a stalwart, knocking everybody out, or just he was the money man. Now, Ray Leonard, at that time, he was the golden boy. So when he turned pro, he was making far more money than guys who were really cutting their teeth like Hagler and Hearns and Duran. So Leonard was hated because of that. But let's not get it mistaken. Because he did have the golden boy status, there were a lot of guys that railed against him, but he could still fight. And he didn't run away from anybody either. So what you're looking at today, all of these young men who have a name of noteworthiness where they come either from your city or town or state. Some of you knew them growing up or have close proximity to them that you could go to their gyms and watch them work out and all of that kind of foolishness. So you throw allegiance behind them and they sit up and say the very things every time a microphone is in front of their face, putting down someone who's getting the job done, but they're doing nothing. The Russells, what the hell are they doing? What are they doing? Davis, what is he doing? Hitchens, what is he doing? Shakur, what the fuck? We're looking at you guys, and you're an embarrassment and you're a disgrace to the sport and to the black fighter. Because you're not fighters. You're not warriors. You're freaking cowards. Javante wanted to sit up talking about somebody kissing the ring. Apparently, you've kissed more than that, son. And look at you now. Everyone who's in this meme has gone the opposite way. When you see Devin riding that bike in the dark, walking, coming toward the camera by himself, that's what he is. He's that man on an island. But like he's also told you, Allah is the perfect planner. At the end of the day, his name will be in the record books. These other guys will be just also rans. Some of you today revere Mike Tyson, worship and idolize this guy. Mike Tyson ain't shit.
Say that.
He's nothing.
Yep.
He's far behind Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, Ray Mercer, Michael Moorer, Tommy Morrison.
Tommy Morrison.
He's far behind those guys. He wouldn't even rematch Buster Douglas, who was the first to put his feet so far in his ass that his breath smelled like shoe polish. And I bet you none of those men that I named would go out there, show their ass on multi-million viewed Netflix like he did, and lay down for a YouTuber. No dignity, no pride, no sense of self-worth and value. He might as well be running with the apes, just like you see in this meme right here. Every chance I have, I tell you he ain't shit. Lennox and Evander stand so far ahead of him, and Evander stands behind Lennox because Lennox proved himself to be the best of the bunch. But at least he got in there with Lennox. He got in there with Bowe. He got in there with Mercer.
Once, yep.
He got in there with Moorer.
Yep.
The only one that Holyfield didn't get in there with was Tommy Morrison.
He ain't fight David too in the pro, but he damn sure had him in camp prepping him for Tyson.
And Lennox fought the guys that Evander didn't fight. Razor Ruddock, Tommy Morrison.
Yep.
Franz Bolter.
Frank Bruno.
You see, so in between the two of them, do you see how they stand head and shoulders above Mike? And for them, it wasn't about taking a loss or a setback. It was about them getting in against the best. Lennox, who became, through the years, very good friends with Bowe. I mean, not Lennox, excuse me, Evander. Mark my words. Evander became, through the years, very good friends with Bowe. Told Bowe, you ducked Lennox. You were supposed to face that man. You messed everything up for everybody. And now here Bowe is, he can't even stand up straight anymore. He could barely make sentences that you can understand. And little be known, but I'll say it, he was the king of fouls when he got in the ring against people and things weren't going his way. Anybody happen to remember the assault at the press conference where he struck Larry Donald at the press conference? Larry Donald could have sued him, could have canceled the fight and made as much money off of that situation that he made in the fight with Bowe. But just like Devin says, Allah is the perfect planner. Who ended Bowe? The dirtiest fighter of them all.
Yep.
Andrew Galata.
Huh?
The dirtiest fighter of them all. You think you were the man, Bowe? No. Galata showed you what's real. Had you speak in two different ways the day of the fight. You were speaking normal before the fight took place, and in the ring immediately after the bout was through, you was mumbling. Brain damage. Oh yeah, go back and check it for yourself, family.
Yeah, he knocked some shit loose after that fight. That shit was crazy.
And he ain't been right since.
Nope. Y'all go look at it.
Taking his family hostage and everything, having refrigerators and stoves and stuff put in his bedroom.
Join
This
the
guy.
armed forces, Thai boxing, just crazy stuff, man.
But Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn. Yeah.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Brooklyn. Told
See,
you.
you guys are celebrating the wrong ish, man. I'm telling you.
They don't want to listen, Stormy. We keep telling them this. And look, man, this is what I was saying about y'all boy Tank. I'm watching him, and I said, you know what? We've seen this before. It'll happen. Just give it a minute. And what happened? And it's not over. It's not over. I wasn't saying it out of hate. I was saying kid need to slow down because he's reminding me of Mike Tyson. In fact, when they asked Mike, does Tank remind you of you? He says, no, it's just, the out of the ring stuff, getting arrested. That's about it. I was like, see, here we go. Here we go. He ain't call him a great champion or nothing like that. That's what he did. Mr. Shelton, he says, LDBC strong, man. Salute to you in that strong house. And salute to my brother Freedom's March in that super chat. Salute. He says, cook, brothers. We on a job. And let me say this, man. When y'all favorite fighter is avoiding their contemporary, y'all talk about this fighter going in another direction for the bag, and y'all celebrate the bag. A la Tank Davis, no Lamont Roach, Jake Paul for the 40 million. Y'all celebrate the bag. Y'all ever thought about this? Fighting Devin Haney, you're gonna get a bag. You're gonna get a bag. The Teofimo Lopez was not offered his highest payday. Y'all like to talk about things like, why ain't black channels talking about Teofimo Lopez ducking 11 million or whatever how much it was? Why wasn't no one talking about that? 11 milli? His highest payday? I thought the black channels was gonna destroy him for that. Y'all were awfully quiet because it was Devin. There's money in fighting Devin. There's bragging rights if you beat him. So why don't you want to fight him? Because you don't want to lose to him because of all of that bullshit you put on him, and y'all realize y'all already knew it wasn't true. Y'all knew it wasn't true. You knew that. And when he fought Brian Norman, and I have a live coming about Brian Norman, because Brian Norman's the only person on that list that stepped up. The only one. Y'all hoped and prayed that he landed that left hook that Devin couldn't avoid. Tim Desert Storm Bradley told me, oh man, he's going to power box you and it's going to be Ryan Garcia all over again. Well, there was a left hook landed in that fight. And we all saw what happened. But you know what's funny? Here's what y'all fanatics don't know. The fighters know better. The fighters know what we know, which is why they're not jumping to fight this guy. So all of that hatred, y'all had to eat that crow after Devin did what he did to Brian. And that's why I got everybody running. Super Del Matias knew that. He said, fuck that, man. Fuck that, man. I already know. Fuck that, man. Everyone, y'all wasn't like, hey, man, why isn't anyone fighting Devin? Y'all never thought about that? It's not Devin saying no. It's your favorite fighter. Y'all didn't even know who the fuck a Lewis Crocker was. You know who he is now because he has a belt. And now he's on the hit list. And Crocker says, I want the smoke. And what does Eddie Hearn do? What does he do? Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear shit about boring. I don't want to hear shit about nothing. Beat Devin. I've heard this before. They told y'all Floyd Mayweather was the most boring fighter in the last decade. All he did was make millions of dollars and win. I didn't give a fuck about none of that. I said, great, he's boring. Can someone beat him then? That's all I was worried about. I don't care how many women he beat up. That was none of my business or whatever. I was talking about boxing. Y'all like to keep it boxing. I said, you don't like Floyd, beat him. And nobody could do it. So, it's just whatever. You don't like Devin. The thing is, y'all put that shit on Devin. He's chinny, pillow fist. No one's jumping at the body because now there's money in fighting him and beating him. There's money in reputation. Everybody I got running in this meme can't do what Devin has done. For example, the young man, against our advice, went to fucking Australia with the B-side and won undisputed, and then went back and defended it. Stop right there. Shakur didn't even want to get in with a drained Devin Haney for undisputed and first time on pay-per-view. He didn't even want to do it. Remember when I told y'all? I'm detached from this Teofimo shit. Whoever wins, wins. I don't want to see Teofimo win at all. But if he wins, I'm not going to be bent out of shape about it. Because it's shitty cuz. Never forget who he is. Never forget. All these cats. Why isn't no one dragging Rolly Romero right now? Right now. Right now. Why isn't anyone dragging Rolly? That's a unification right there. All that slick talk, fuck you talking about? I'm going to hit him and he's going to sue me. Fuck you talking about? You fucking retard. Get your dumb ass in the ring and get this ass whooping. Nobody says anything. And I know for a fact, if he put the shoe on the other foot, and this was Devin doing this, y'all be dragging him. And guess what? Justifiably so. Because if Devin was ducking like this, he'd be on my bumper. Well, I'd be on his bumper too. Not an 86 in that super chat. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you very much. And let me say this. I saw someone put Jack Catterall, will he fight as mandatory? He might have to. Because no one else will. You know what's going to happen? If they sign to fight Catterall because he's the mandatory, you know what's going to happen? Y'all going to ridicule that and ignore everybody that ducked them with belts. Crocker, Rolly. Combos with Cam. Salute, Queen. Y'all gonna ignore that and say, why is he fighting Jack Catterall? You know why? Because Jack Catterall's nice with it. How about that? Jack Catterall is in Philadelphia right now practicing his craft. He's been there all of 2025, I think.
How many of them have watched my video? Rolly
No,
Romero,
they haven't.
Romero, paper champion.
They haven't.
Paper champion.
They haven't, because this is real information. This isn't hate, because, again, stop me when I'm lying on anybody here. He might have to fight as mandatory. And if he don't fight as mandatory, you know what y'all going to say? He's ducking as mandatory. Jack Catterall arguably beat Josh Taylor. So what? I don't care about Josh Taylor. Teofimo styled on him. What the fuck you think Devin's going to do? But you know what? Let's see the fight. I'm cool with Jack Catterall. I ain't got no problem with him. He's a beast. I ain't got a problem. And if he steps up, he got more balls than everybody on the list. Jack Catterall and Brian Norman Jr. got more cojones than everybody on that list, because I'll be damned, all these niggas said no. And this motherfucking cheating ass Brit, Conor Ben, if y'all missed BFTB's video earlier, go watch it. Go watch it. Of course you do, Prez. You hate Devin, and that's cool. I got Jack Catterall getting schooled for 12 rounds. And you know what else I got? I got everybody on that list ducking Devin. Ducking Devin. They all did. And you see, Prez, you got to follow the conversation. I'm not talking about the outcome of the fight. Follow along, young man. New Fat Boy, salute. Follow along. I don't care who has who winning who. Why is we got all this talent floating around 47 and nobody's doing shit? Nobody. But one thing's for certain, y'all hate Dev. Why? He's the only.
Prez,
you know
who
what?
the fuck you got in any of those pictures and images of these guys in the meme doing anything?
None of these niggas are doing anything. Tank running
Who
with
you
fucking
got,
gorillas.
Prez? Any of them doing anything? Sit your ass down somewhere.
ATL, salute. Everybody on that list said no. That's the bottom line. And there was nothing but space, opportunity, and money and bragging rights if you beat Devin. Everybody said no. I don't want to hear it. Teofimo dumped 11 million, bro. 11 million? He said no. They should have been dragging Devin dragging Teofimo that same day. I'm the only person that said, well, we said shit over here. But it was like nothing for y'all to speak on. You know why? Y'all felt stupid. Y'all felt real stupid. Chris, what up? Y'all felt real stupid. Shakur Shut the fuck up. Richardson Hitchens, stop it. Matias, stop it. Keyshawn Davis talking. What's all this? Listen, watch this. Devin ain't got to move to no weight but the weight he wants to. He played that game already. And look where it got him. He fought a cheating racist that didn't even pay the price to make weight for the whole camp. Came in there big and fat and drugged up. And then we found out, and y'all made excuses for him. And then on top of that, you found out he was racist. Then Devin wants to run the fade with him. And now he's bullshitting. Y'all want to say the drugs didn't matter. Gets in the ring with Rolly Romero. And Rolly Romero looked like a world-class boxer. I'm like, yeah, but he wasn't on drugs though, right? Never mind, run the fade. And he's making excuses talking about his hands broken. And now he gets a title shot. Y'all don't think he's getting set up? If he beats Mario Barrios, who wants to bet that Ron's going to pull some shenanigans to duck Devin again? Who's going to fucking bet? Because that's been the rhythm. Freezing Devin out. Y'all don't know a fucking great fighter when it's in your face. You don't want to see it because you've been wrong about this kid. What's the matter with y'all? Admitting, hey, man, you know what? This kid is just nice with it. Guess what? I wasn't a big Lennox Lewis fan in the 90s. You know why? I said, man, this dude is fucking good. There ain't nobody on our soil. And I said, Evander, get him. And Evander just couldn't get him, bro. In fact, the first fight when it was a draw, that was bullshit. Lennox won that. I said that. I said, man, I wasn't a draw, bro. Lennox is just nice. 503, the young lions in the building. I said, man, Lennox is just nice, bro. I didn't hate on him. I didn't say I hope nobody fights him. I didn't say that. I said somebody got to beat this guy. Nobody could beat. I celebrated when Hasim Rahman did what he did. But you know what I knew? When I heard that Lennox ain't take camp serious and he was filming Ocean's 11 in Vegas, and the big fight in the movie was who? Lennox Lewis versus Vladimir Klitschko, a fight we really wanted in real life. But Hasim was down in Africa training in all that high altitude. Lennox blew the fight, and when he knocked him out, I said, you know what? Lennox gonna get him in the rematch.
Check this out.
And guess what? He got him in the rematch, and he did it on the week of my birthday, of all things.
Slow it down right there.
Yep. I'm sorry. Salute to ATL, Unanimous Boxing and Sports, my brother from ATL. Member, salute to you, man. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much, good brother. Go ahead, Stormy.
Yeah. Lennox said in the post-fight interview after being stopped by Rockman, I know what I did wrong. He's like, I'll correct this in the rematch.
There you go.
Rockman didn't want to fight Lennox in the rematch, not immediately anyway. So guess what? Lennox took him to court.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Let's talk.
What the hell, Stormy?
That's why I said Lennox took him to court.
Why did he take him to court?
And he filed a lawsuit against Rockman for wrongfully avoiding his contracted rematch. And he said in his deposition that he wanted an opportunity to fight rightfully for his rematch because he's an aging fighter and didn't want to be put on a back burner to be faced with something down the line. He wanted to still fight while he was young enough to fight and had fight in him and things of that nature. He actually expressed that in court document.
I just uploaded it into the chat.
And the judge ruled in favor of Lennox. Rockman give this man his, and guess what? That was humbleness, but also actual factual stuff because Lennox was in his mid-30s at that time. So
that's the deposition right there. But I thought you don't sue in boxing, Stormy.
Well, you know, that's because these guys out here, they say things to suit their narratives.
There you go.
Their positions. But as Blue Blood likes to say, it's always facts over your fucked feelings. Huh?
There you go. I just
I
pinned
added
it for
the
y'all.
fuck because Blue don't speak like that. But I spoke on his behalf, and I'm sure he's happy I did.
Rod Neal in that super chat, he says the belts were on loan. Lennox Lewis. Yep. He knew he was going to get it back. But, Rockman tried to, he tried to get some work before he tried to spin the block and make some money without giving him the rematch. That's what he tried to do. And Lennox sued his ass for that. There's a deposition right there. I pinned it. Y'all can read it at your own leisure.
Yeah, he
Pull it
tried
up
to
on another
pull
window
a
and save it.
Tiafimo. He tried to pull a Tiafimo. You see what I'm saying? But when you're operating from a point of intelligence, that foolishness goes by the wayside.
Let's talk about that term boring. Y'all think it's okay for Tiafimo to deny an $11 million payday because Devin is boring? Y'all agree with that? Tell me you agree with that. If you agree with that, type yes in the chat. I have questions. You agree with that? Because I'm gonna show you what. Because Oscar De La Hoya, that dude puts entire armchairs in his behind. What'd he say? Is it this right here? Oh yeah, this is him. Devin Haney is calling Tio a duck. More like Tio is smart not to fight a runner who has less fans than Diddy does. First of all, you are the last dude to be making any kind of Diddy joke, dude. The last person.
He's the last dude to call somebody a runner. What was he doing against Felix Trinidad? Huh? I thought it was a track meet or something, huh?
Those last 3 rounds.
Tio took up marathon running after that, huh?
Man, it was those last 3 rounds pissed the judges off so bad. They took the fight from him. Well, he gave it away. He ain't take shit. He gave it away. Dumbass. $11 million?
A boxing lesson. Damn. I wanted to give him a boxing
I give him a boxing lesson. Man, fuck you, dude. I'm sorry. You can't say that to him. What is your address? I'll fly you out. This dude is amazing. Anybody think it was okay for Tiafimo to duck and say, oh, no, I don't like Devin's style. But that he's been literally ducking Devin all these years. I've done countless shows with video and audio from him to support what I'm saying. Does anybody think that's okay? Anybody? Tank Davis, his highest payday up front was $5 million. Turkey said, I'll give you 25. 50 mil for you and Devin to split. You come to Saudi and punch this kid in the face. This dumb monkey asked for 2 Ferraris. And y'all okay with that? These are the things I'm talking about. What are we doing?
And a Ferrari is the last thing he need to be asking for, because all he do is crash into pregnant women and stuff like that.
And leave the scene.
That's the last thing he needs is a car to be driving.
This dude is, man, sucker, bro. Let me upload this. We're going to go through this. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. Let's go through it. When I
Here come the hardball questions. Do you still think Devin Haney's boring?
Listen carefully. Do you still think Devin Haney's boring?
And where's his eyeballs looking?
He's looking to his left. He started lying, and I'm the first person to talk to him. He started lying. Listen to the question, y'all. He's giving me eye contact. Listen to the question.
Now here come the hardball questions. Do you still think Devin Haney's boring?
It's not that I think he's boring. I just
already he lied. The first sentence. Oh my God, bro. It's not that I think he's boring.
said that performance for me wasn't great to watch. Now, when I used to people say, oh, when you used to promote him, you used to say this. Obviously, if I'm promoting a guy, you have to justify a performance a little bit more. But
you heard what he just said? If you're promoting a guy, you got to justify the performance a little bit more. So you got to sell something, even when you don't want to sell it. And by the way, right now, that you know what's holding up that Louis Crocker shit? Crocker shit. You know what's holding it up? He wants to sign Devin. Now, question. Devin's boring. No, let's just listen to this.
By the way, if you go back to those performances, they were very different to the Ramirez fight and the Brian Norman fight. Watch the Jojo Diaz fight, watch the Abdullayev fight, watch the Moran fight, watch the even the Linares fight, even the Regis Prograis fight. Do you know what I mean? He's not fighting like he used to. I give him all the props in the world. He's a great fighter. He's really hard to beat. But I'm just telling you as a fan, I think he can be doing more. I think he can actually be a better offensive fighter. I think he could have stopped Brian Norman.
Can you stop it there? Can you stop it?
Yep.
He said he's actually hard to beat. That right there is the mic drop. Devin is actually hard to beat. Now, what he's getting ready to say about his own personal feelings of what he thinks he can do and he can do more and all of that. Listen, I think that I should have had more women in my life than I did. You understand? I think that I should have had better food to make my belly full. I think I should still have more hair on the top of my head. You understand? But your thoughts and wants and desires ain't there to be pleased. The actuality is he's disappointed. But Devin has been successful. And Devin is continuing to be successful without even being with the man. Okay? He was fortunate to have Devin in a working relationship with him for a duration, but he wasn't born of a someone who would sign a lifetime contract with you, pal. He's not someone who would just say, well, whatever you say, boss, I's a getting it. That's not what you were going to get from Devin. But the likes of Jaron Ennis maybe will be over there and up for something like that. But guess what? He doesn't even feel that about Jaron Ennis because he won't make certain fights for him.
That's right. You think these guys don't know boxing? You think Eddie? Now look, y'all heard me say about Boots. I didn't like him signing with Eddie because I know what comes with that. Y'all heard me say that. Y'all heard me say, man, I don't care how many fights he put up in Philly. I think he's lining this kid up for Conor Benn. I stand by that. You know, especially why I think that. He said he wasn't going to do it in an interview. I said, yeah, that's totally on his mind. Totally on his mind. But y'all don't have to listen to me. Listen to Eddie. Now, y'all remember the question. Now, he thinks he could have knocked Brian Norman Jr. out. His style has changed and it's boring. Now, listen to what he says.
I made a massive statement, and that was my honest opinion.
Okay.
Like,
how does he compare to Shakur, though, stylistically?
Look where he's looking again. You can't tell me that Devin is not the truth. You can't tell me that Devin is boring and everything else. And you got Shakur, who has less knockouts, and he was so boring, according to the public, not me, the public. He was so boring that they showed people walking out of his fight, and he fought in Jersey that day. That was the De Los Santos fight. Devin's boring, but you signed Shakur, man? You work with Shakur? Now, Blue Blood wanted me to ask, dude, would you sign Devin again? But you know what? You got the answer. You hearing it. Because if he signs Devin, he's going to retract everything he said and talk him up again, because that's all about marketing. I keep telling you, this dude's full of shit.
I think that they're both master boxers.
Now they're both master boxers. You see? Right in my face. You see?
Strike one.
It's not about aggression.
It's not about aggression, but he wanted Devin to go in there and try and knock Brian Norman out, so he could eat something in the fucking exchange. That kid was still in the fight. And he's still strong.
Necessarily, just that.
Strike two.
It's more about what I believe is the
What I believe. Y'all listening?
concern of what's coming back. I think Shakur, anyone that knows their boxing,
Anyone that knows who's... Wow, okay, Eddie.
under fire is incredible. Look at Zepeda. He'll sit on the ropes and just play with him.
Strike three.
Like you talk about a big.
Yeah, I got a little
punching
nervous
mechanism.
about that. I got a
but
little nervous.
He didn't.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Devin right now with his confidence wouldn't sit in the pocket. Wouldn't.
So what? Sitting in the pocket. Listen, man. Was y'all cool watching Floyd Mayweather sitting doing the Philly shell against Marcos fucking Maidana in that first fight? I said, nah, he got to get on his toes because this Philly shell shit ain't working. This dude's, it's not going to work. This dude is strong. Y'all were cool with that? I wasn't. And guess what? He wasn't, because in the next fight, what did he do? He got his ass off those fucking ropes.
Sit in the pocket, slip and slide and trade. He wants to grab hold and he wants to get back long.
Right.
And by the way, that's smart.
Oh my God. So he don't fight in the Philly shell off the ropes like Shakur. He wants to back up, grab hold, and get long, and then says it's smart. But if you listen to what Stormy pointed out, he said Devin is difficult to beat. Who beats him? Put a name. I know y'all dick watching. Put a name. Who beats Devin? I'm sorry. Let me bring it right back up here.
You know, unfortunately, people play parts of an interview. Do you know what I mean? They don't play the part where I say this guy, he's a 3-division world champion.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a modern day great. But I just feel like since the Ryan Garcia fight, his style has changed a little bit. It doesn't have to. But I also appreciate you're getting that confidence back after that fight, which was a rough night. Like, for me, I think 147 really suits him. I think he's actually really powerful and strong at 47. You saw that with a knockdown.
Yeah.
And Norman was there for the taking.
Yeah.
But he chose to keep it safe,
A hurt fighter is a dangerous fighter.
which is the instruction of Bill.
Listen, this is a clip from when Shakur was fighting, and they were showing the people.
Oh my God, bro. That's Bud.
Yeah.
sleeping. That's Andre Ward sleeping. I don't know who little homie is with the damn dreads, but he needed a nap.
When they showed everybody leaving the stadium,
That was fucked
these
up.
was his family sitting ringside.
Solani, salute, Queen. Much love and appreciation. Thank you, Queen. Happy New Year, bro. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
That's
That
when
shit he
Shakur
cuz.
was fighting, and they was all there in New Jersey to watch him and support him. This is what
Yeah.
he did to the people.
Now, mind you,
Now,
I didn't do
Devin
that.
Never had that effect on his audience. Never.
Now, mind you, Philip D. Redden in the building. Salute. Now, mind you, I didn't say this. They said, in fact, if you go back to the De Los Santos post-fight review, I talked up Shakur. I said, man, they shouldn't do that to Shakur. Why they do that? I didn't agree with them at all. I said, yo, it was Edwin De Los Santos. It was his job to stop Shakur from moving. He didn't do it. I don't call him boring. I didn't do that. ESPN did that.
Yeah.
Isaiah, you going straight to hell. He said Bud was already dreaming of beating up Canelo at that point. Oh, shit. But yeah, I noticed no one typed. Who could beat Devin, y'all? Haters, type. Feel free to type. Who could beat Devin? Because you know what I'm going to ask.
He
PJ,
said since the
salute.
Ryan fight, he hasn't been the same. This fight that he just had with Norman Jr. was his second fight since the Ryan fight.
That's
And
right.
in the first fight against Ramirez, they tried to say he had PTSD.
He sure did.
So I didn't hear him say nothing about PTSD when he fought Norman Jr.
Hey, Stormy, he had PTSD versus Jose Ramirez. If you have PTSD, isn't Brian Norman the last person you should be getting in the ring with?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what they told us. He
And
was
remember,
supposed to die.
in the face-off, when they sat down and they were talking, Brian Norman Jr. said, when Devin said, well, what about when I drop you? And he was like, drop me? Yeah, right. You know, he ridiculed Devin in that instance, in the
Yep.
face-off. And Devin said, okay, remember this moment.
You said
Remember
that.
this moment right here. He said it.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
when he did drop Norman and he went over there and looked at him real close, That
Yep.
was the instance of him showing Norman, shut the fuck up.
Let me help y'all out a bit. Trick Noty, my brother in the building. Derek Gaines, I see you. Trick Noty, my brother. He says, salute you and salute the story. Bud is black as an 8-ball. In-house joke. Oh man. Salute. Let me put y'all, let me talk to the Tank Davis fans for a second. I know that when that fight was happening, y'all was so ready for Devin to get killed, right? Y'all was so ready for Devin to get killed. Y'all wanted to run to my comment section. Y'all wanted to run the 78. Y'all wanted to run the BF. Y'all definitely want to run the BFTB. I know y'all did. And you didn't. And here's what I'm gonna put in your mind. Brian Norman Jr. beat the shit out of Tank so bad that Tank had to tell y'all, yo, Atlanta got a real champion down there. Y'all do know that, right? You know, Tank like getting beat up in sparring, and then when it's on a pro level, he don't fight them cats. Elijah Pierce, Devin Haney, Brian Norman. So it's an ongoing theme. He beat the shit out of Tank, bro, in sparring. He beat him up.
No, he just take it out on women. That's what he do.
Yeah, that's what Tank do. He ain't see he saw the niggas that people wanted to fight in these women's eyes, and then he stood start beating on them. Y'all do know that, right? But see, here's the thing. I don't want to say, hey man, well, Devin will beat Tank because he beat Brian Norman and Brian Norman beat Tank. I'm not fucking with the triangle theories. I actually want to see the fight. And it's everybody on that list that don't want to see the fight. And y'all so busy making fun of Devin getting frozen out of opportunities. That's not boxing. Look, fighting Devin, y'all do know Devin is the money man at this point, right? Wait, hold on. Y'all do know that Devin is the money man, right? Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know there's bragging rights. If you can beat Devin, there's bragging rights. Ryan Garcia had it for a little while, didn't he? And then what happened? And guess what? He could have gotten it back. What did he say? There's no fight. I'm not running it back. That's what the lawsuit was about, you assholes. That's what the lawsuit was about. Give me what? Y'all remember when Tyson Fury had to get sued by Deontay to get the rematch because he was trying to get out of a contract? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And then when I say assault, and when you see in the lawsuit, it says assault and battery, y'all want to act like that's never been done before. Guess what? There's been plenty of times it should have been done. You agreed to have a clean fight. You didn't agree to have some motherfucking your guy coming in on peds. You didn't agree with that. I'm not talking to some nigga named Cookie Monster. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to Sesame Street and bang Big Bird or whatever the fuck it is you into. The sparring that's on YouTube that Floyd Mayweather released shows Devin beating the shit out of Tank. And guess what? If you want to say that's irrelevant, fine. Can we see it on a pro level? Because all I've heard was it's excuses. And the last thing we heard from Tank was, I'm leaving at the end of 2025. Leave me alone. Let me get my Jake Paul money. All his fans said, stop hating on the black man. Let him go get his money. And we left him alone, and he couldn't get that right. Now he has to come back. Yeah, I'm back as soon as my knee get better. Yeah, I'm back, and I'm going to fight Isak Cruz.
But I ain't going to forget what he said. I ain't going to forget what he said that meant more than anything. And you know what that was?
What's that?
Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all, Tank fans. That's what he said. I ain't say that. He said that. I ain't say that. Yo, Tank, the game is so lame without you, man. Come on back. Fuck y'all. That's what he said. He said that. He said that. I didn't say that. He said that. Yo, man, come on, man. It's time for Tank to be all in. You sound soft. To his #1 defender on YouTube, K-Ho. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Not him. That nigga rides for you. Nigga gets mad at us for saying Tank's wrong. Tank tells you soft, and he get mad at us for telling Tank that he's fucked up. He's fucked up. Yo, this is the illest fan base I've ever seen. I have not seen nothing like this. I have not seen any. This is crazy shit. This shit is bugged out. Y'all are making Devin a god. Because I'm going to tell you something. If nobody I have in this meme on that list, even if they get through their career, not fight, if Devin is left just fighting his mandatories, y'all do know this is y'all fault. Because we have receipts. Devin put out a list. The only people on that list that said yes was Brian Norman Jr. And I'll give Lewis Crocker credit because he's with the shits. It's his promoter that says nope. Right here in this meme. Look. Nope. Come on. We out. We're leaving. Yeah. He has your favorite fighters and promoters shook to death. All of that shit y'all put on Devin is not true. So a loss to them will hurt you. Why ain't nobody talking about Brian Norman Jr. right now? I might talk about that tomorrow. Where's fans at, man? I'm not going to let y'all do that to him. I'm not going to let y'all get away with that. He's still a threat. He still has power. He will still knock your shit sideways. Why the fuck is no one talking about him right now? That's what y'all did to him? That's how you're going to do him? I ain't going to let y'all do him because I'm going to talk him up. I'm going to talk him up. Arlington Stewart says, stop the cap. I want you to put in any fighter at 147 that beats Devin. Refer to the list. Anybody on that list, tell me who beats Devin Haney. Tell me. I'll wait and answer the question. If you don't answer the question with a name, I'm blocking you. We ain't playing these games. We ain't playing these games. I got Eddie Hearn lying to my face. He lied to my face. He had to think about what he was saying because I asked him about Devin, and then I said, okay, well, what about Shakur? Then it was like, oh, because, you know, Shakur breaks his hands in almost every fight. You know he had hand problems, right? Those are the pillow fists, right? You know Shakur don't have a high KO ratio, right? You know they call Shakur boring, right? So all of that shit, Tay, good evening. All that shit you want to put on Devin, it's really Shakur. Man, Shakur don't even want to leave the country to do anything, let alone have one shot at undisputed with one fight against a drained Devin Haney. And he want to talk about money. And I know my worth. Nigga, you could have been on top of the world because guess what? That's a fight you clearly could have won with a drained Devin Haney with your boxing style.
Shitty cuz.
Now here come the trolls. Yeah, I'm always yelling because that's how men talk. When we talk with vigor. Only women are intimidated when I talk like this. Women cower. When a man has to come on here and talk about a man's tone, he's a homo. That's it.
What are you, a homo?
That's it. You're gay. One more troll, and y'all already know what I'm going to do. Try not to do it. Now, mind you, I got 130 people here watching me right now. Put the name of anybody on that list or off the list that you think can beat Devin Haney. Go ahead, I'm waiting. I saw one, but now I'm asking. Prez says he thinks Jack Catterall will KO Devin Haney. You know what I mean? People, he's not. He's just not. Brian Norman Jr. was supposed to knock Devin Haney into retirement. Didn't happen. There's a difference between reality and what you want. Y'all wanted Devin to lose. Didn't happen. Charles, what up? Didn't happen. So now I'm just asking a legitimate question. He has a whole list, and these dudes ain't fighting. But somehow Devin's a problem. And now you're saying, oh, well, now is he going to fight as mandatory? He might have to. But understand, there's a list. And y'all don't respect belts anyway unless your favorite fighter's going for one. Oh, no, well, why does he fight Devin if he's going for a title? All of a sudden, titles in resume matters. But then when y'all choose money over title and resume, we're supposed to overlook that. Y'all don't know whether y'all coming or going. Y'all pick what's convenient. All I want to watch this. Y'all want to see Devin lose? Okay, great. Who's your favorite fighter? And tell me why your favorite fighter is not fighting Devin. Go ahead. And I dare you to blame Devin. You better come with your facts. Don't make up no bullshit. Don't word salad me, because I know what's going on. This isn't casual talk. This isn't feelings. Oh, well, I feel. When you're talking to a man and the first thing he says, well, you know, I feel. Man, shut up, man. Shut up. What the fuck? You know why I tell people the size of my pole? I say it because I got a lot of women in here too. But you know why I say it? To let you know I'm an alpha male. The male with the biggest dick in the pack run shit. The lions, the silverback gorillas, they got the biggest dicks. So I'll let you know. I'm 6'2", 220 with a 10-inch cock and a 6-pack of abs. I've hit the jackpot in the genetics department. So I let the ladies know. And if you're intimidated by that, I'm letting you know that you can't hold a candlestick to me. So hairy bush lover, y'all already know what to do with him. Ranchers, y'all already know what to do. I'm an alpha. Oh, it's not bragging. I let the trolls know. I'm an alpha male. I'm an alpha male.
We don't need to know that. We don't need to know that you eating her buns either.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck is that?
Fuck out of here.
I ain't bragging. It's the truth. I gotta let y'all niggas know, because y'all niggas come in here talking about everything but boxing. Now I'm talking about these cowards on Devin's list, with the exception of Brian Norman. And I know Jack Catterall wants to smoke, and you in here referring to me. You know what you do? Pull up send me a pic of your girl. Email me a pic of your girl and give me her cell number. I'll fly that bitch out. I won't even bang her. She could just look at the penis. And she won't come home. Well, she'll come home, but she'll pack her shit. She'll tell you to pack her shit, you cuck. Pack my shit. When I get home, I'm leaving. Fuck out of here. And with that being said, what I'm going to do is, now, I'm going to put it on subscribers. I'm going to put it on subscribers only mode. Because you niggas can't, you guys can't help yourselves. So give me a minute. Custom. There you go. Now, if you ain't been fucking with me for past 5 days, you can't type. Now look what you did. Dummy. Doing it on all my channels. This is what happens. You see, Stormy, I asked them, name a fighter that you think could beat Devin Haney. They know where I'm going. And they can't do that. So now they're in here saying, why are you always talking about the size of your penis? Because it's big. References furnished upon request. Because it's big. And I got to let you trolls know that. I'm trying to talk boxing. Don't come for me. Send your bitch. I'll come on her. Straight facials.
Bukaki.
Now, boxing, please. Boxing, please. So now, I see nobody is putting any names in it. They're just hopes and wishes. Oh, I think Prez said, I think Jack Catterall knocks Devin out. Great. Let's see the fight. You know why? Because I know Jack Catterall's in Philly getting work in. And until he says otherwise, I think he'll jump into it. Like, yeah, what I got to lose. And if he agrees to it, I think Jack Catterall, I'll give him props. So Delano says Gary Anton Russell and Speedy Rashidi. First of all, Speedy Rashidi looked like shit in his last performance, and he got Boots problems. Don't he? Matter of fact, fuck Boots. That Latino that Boots beat the shit out of beat Rashidi. Rashidi got problems with him.
Vila.
He got problems with Vila. So please, leave Speedy Rashidi out of this. He's not even making waves right now. Fuck him. All right, Gary Antoine Russell. You want me to go here? You want me to go here? Gary Antoine Russell? Let me go on record saying this. We're on code, and I've made peace that a lot of these niggas are not. A lot of these niggas are not. Gary Antoine Russell will get fucked up. He'll get fucked up. He's just another asshole that when it comes time to fight, he'll start talking shit. There you go. Another troll want to come in here? I said 5 days. And there's been a troll that's been subscribed to me past 5 days. Now I said 5 weeks. Now let's see if you can type now. If you type past 5 weeks, you, my friend, are gay. In what universe are you subscribed to a motherfucker just to talk shit? Now I put 5 weeks, type something else. I dare you. I dare you. Show me how much of a stalker you are. Tank fan. I know you a Tank fan. He's the worst of the bunch. He's the biggest coward. So get Speedy Rashidi Ellis out of here. Get fucking Gary Antoine Russell out of here. Because there's nothing but space and opportunity. All right, let me dial it back. Mr. Gary Russell. Docked. It's what it is. It's what it is. We were all here. Do I have to dig in the crates? Do I have to dig in the crates? Do I have to dig in the crates? Okay. Now let's do this. Delano says Gary Antoine would give him some. Okay, great. Watch this, y'all. Delano, you ain't gonna like this. And thank you, Rich. We've seen Gary Russell get outboxed, but whatever. Watch this, y'all. What has Gary Antoine Russell done to deserve a Devin Haney fight? You don't like that, do you?
Shawty.
You don't like that, shawty, right? You don't like that? You don't like that, shawty? He's just a big lip nigga with a wide nose and an afro with shells in his fucking head talking shit from the sidelines. That's how I view him. And that's coming from what I heard him say recently. Recently. Now to the real supporters, I put it on 5 weeks because I got one troll in here that want to lick my ball sack. So I just did that. We cool. Don't worry about it. We cool. We cool. But it goes to show you, when they can't talk boxing, they don't like, because I'm hitting home with this. I'm talking about that whole list. Their favorite fighter, whether it's Boots, whether it's Rolly, whether it's Keyshawn, whether it's Tiafimo, Devin done pulled everybody's card. And your favorite fighter ain't doing shit about it. Because there was nothing but space and opportunity to fight him, and they said no. Just now, Lewis Crocker says, I want the smoke, and Eddie Hearn took. First he goes to Bill and says, oh, you ready to go? What do you say? Where's Lewis Crocker from? Somewhere in Ireland, right? He says, okay, you ready to go to Bitchton Island, wherever the fuck he's from? And Bill said, the earth is our turf. Right there, I knew. I said, man, this motherfucker, he was trying to engage with the, oh no, we're the A-side. You got to come to Saudi. You got to come to Brooklyn. You got to come to Vegas. Bill said, the earth is our turf. That's what he said. Right there, Eddie Hearn said, damn it. Damn it. Cold blimey, mate, this cot's crazier than Benny Hill. Damn it. What are we going to do? Now he want to sign him. Now he want to sign him. Right. Right. Let me ask the chat. Who's more dangerous, Gary Antoine Russell or Brian Norman Jr.? Stormy, let's apply Devin's list to Brian Norman Jr. You want to do that? Let's do that. Let's do that. He's a killer, right? And I believe he's a killer. So let's go down the list. Brian Norman Jr. or Teofimo Lopez?
Norman Jr.
Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. or goddamn Boots Ennis? We almost had that. Brian or Boots?
I'll take Brian.
Yeah, me too. Y'all mad? You can get mad. It's okay. Jimmy Bernard, salute. Snoop, salute. Rick Timms, if I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. Okay. Brian Norman Jr. or Keyshawn Davis? You on the list?
Junior.
There you go. Brian Norman Jr. or Mr. Popo? Richardson Hitchens?
Norman.
Y'all in the chat, stop us. If you disagree, stop us. Brian Norman Jr. or Shitty Cuz?
Norman Jr.
I got Norman. I already said Gary Antoine, right? He not on the list, but you know, he talking. All right. Brian Norman Jr. or Rolly Romero?
Junior.
Brian Norman Jr. or Subadel Matias?
Junior.
Brian Norman Jr. or Tank Davis?
Junior.
Okay. Who's disagreeing in the chat? Who's disagreeing?
Notice how I said all of my answers and responses with no hesitation.
None. In other words, Brian Norman Jr. is still a bad motherfucker. And I'm not just saying this. Because guess what? Wasn't we just calling him the boogeyman? You see, before, there was no money in fighting him. He got in there with the better fighter. He lost, but he went 12. So whether y'all believe it or not, his stock went up because he fought the best fighter at 147. He fought the best in the game right now. And that's only because Bud retired. Now, with that being said, I could take this list and apply it to Brian Norman Jr. Because everybody could have fought him too. And they said no. Dragon fans are asking what the question. The question was, if you take Devin's list and remove Devin and make it Brian Norman's, who on that list beats Brian Norman? Nobody. G Tatted, salute. Nobody. Nobody. Who disagrees? Y'all can let me know. We could talk about it. Who disagrees? Norman whoops everybody's ass. Oh. So now the boogeyman fought the real boogeyman, and the real boogeyman won, and now you motherfuckers are making excuses. And the funny shit is, there's real brag in fighting Devin, real bragging rights if you beat him, and you can now take a belt, and all these cats are running from him. You can't make it make sense. You can't make it make sense. The only thing we're left with is fucking stupid ass YouTubers talking about, you know, man, I hope everybody ducks Devin. Don't give him no opportunities. Who the fuck says that? Only a bitch ass nigga who wants to slurp a tank and floss his teeth with his pubic hair. You niggas are disgusting. You niggas are disgusting. Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all niggas are apes.
Yeah, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on!
Mike Fleming, I agree. Tank is the weakest dude mentally that I've seen in a while. And here's another thing that y'all might not realize. Mike Tyson was also mentally weak. And I know y'all seeing all of these goddamn highlights of him beating the shit out of people. You know what you know about bullies? All you gotta do is hit them back. Hit them back. And look them square in the eye while you're doing it. And let them know you ain't gonna be intimidated. That's part of the game right there. You're already beating him. Punch him in the face. That's Tank. Lamont Roach ain't give a fuck. He told everyone, yo, I don't know why y'all gas. I know this guy. I know this guy. Y'all don't know this guy. Y'all don't know. Y'all not paying attention to all the rehydration clauses he had. He really exercised that A side. I ain't having that bullshit. He pulled me up from 130 because he thinks shit is sweet, but I know this dude. Y'all gonna see he was walking around doing the hush sign, and he showed y'all. And he still got Tank's heart in the pickle jar in his basement because he says, when I come back, I'm fighting Isak fucking Cruz. And by the way, are both those men not fighting at 140? So now Tank can make 140 now, right? You guys are the worst fan base I've seen in a minute, bro. Nitty G, my brother, salute. Good to see you. Happy New Year. This is what I'm saying, y'all. By the way, there was a conversation about who's the tallest person in the LDBC. It's Ticket TV at 6'9", and I think it's Nitty at 6'7". Somebody was asking, I forgot. Nitty's like 6'7", Ticket TV 6'9". One deep, my brother, salute. All you guys been exposed. That whole list, exposed. When Tiafimo said 11 million, I'm going to decline it because, I don't like that style. After complaining, hey, man, I ain't even make $1 million. Steve L., my brother, salute. All right, well, Turkey got 11 of those things for you. What's going on? Oh, Nitty said he's 6'8". All right, there you go. There it is. Yeah, Steve L., you're the third tallest, 5'6". He said I'm the third tallest, 5'6". Yeah. Right. So it's Ticket, Nitty, and I'm around there. Me and Stormy the same height. We're around there somewhere. Junior's like 6'4", though, right? Junior like 6'3", 6'4". Abel's like 6 feet, about 6'1". And then there's Smurf City from there. Oh, shit. But yeah, man, yo, listen, I knew this list was going to bite y'all in the ass. I just let it marinate for a while. And that's why I'm not going to let y'all flip on Brian Norman Jr. I salute Brian Norman Jr. I salute Brian Norman Jr. I salute Brian Norman. Because he's the only one that said, let's get it popping. The only one. Even Conor Ben right now talking sweet. But this motherfucker talking about lawsuits. He's regurgitating all the bullshit that the haters are spewing out. And watch this. Who the fuck is Conor Ben? Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy? Who is he? I know your daddy. Ran with the Essex boys. Drug cheat. I know him. What have you done other than fight your daddy's contemporary son? Who are you? Oh, okay. Eggs. Conor Eggs Ben. Y'all don't want to do this with me. Y'all want to do this. Stop me when I'm lying. I ain't got to lie. I'm just telling y'all the truth, man. I knew this list was going to bite y'all in the ass. At this point, I don't give a fuck. I don't care who your cousin is, who your neighbor is. I don't care. There's a list, and they ain't taking it. And at this point, if y'all are celebrating your favorite fighter, Duck and Devin, when Devin will get your money, right? He'll get your money. He now has a belt, and there is bragging rights if you beat him. For you not to take a Devin Haney fight, you're just a pussy. You're just a pussy. You're just a pussy. Your thoughts, Stormy?
I agree with that comment 1000%. 2026, we ain't taking no fucking prisoners, man.
No, we're not.
We ain't taking no prisoners, you know. Could line all these motherfuckers up and put an anvil tied to their ankles and take them out to sea, bro.
Dump them. Dump their ass right out there. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Done. I'm done. I'm done, bro. I'm done. There's no excuse for this. Y'all are reduced to keeping it a stack. I don't want to see Devin get no more belts or beat anybody else. I want everybody to duck him. Yo, watch this. Watch this. Y'all really are gonna like this. I love picking on Tank fans because y'all are the most craziest and dumbest fucking fans like ever, man. Watch this. Everybody on Devin's list, I don't want none of y'all to duck Tank. Because Tank ain't fighting y'all. I don't want any of you to duck. If the opportunity comes, I want you to take that fight. Because Tank ain't fighting you. He gonna try and rehydration clause. Do you know if he fights in Saudi, which might end up happening, you know he can't pull no nonsense? Y'all know that? Weight clause. Wait, what do you mean? Weight rehydration. Okay, if the camp don't want to do it, what does that mean? You don't want to fight him? What if he finally decides to fight? I don't know anyone on that list he'll fight. Oh, let's say Shakur. Let's say he finally decides to fight Shakur. What if he says, oh, Shakur, I only want to fight you at one fight night. You got to come in at 137. What's that about? What's that going to be about? Y'all see this shit? Tank is a pussy. Point blank. Y'all remember when Keyshawn Davis called him out? Called him light skinned? Y'all got mad at me. He said it. Remember when I did that meme? There can only be one. Highlander, Davis versus Davis. I like that fight. He called for it. Tank acting like he ain't hear him. I keep telling y'all Tank a pussy. I keep telling y'all that. That kid is a pussy. Y'all just like how he looks. He don't want no smoke. Devin's already in the Hall of Fame. You know what?
I got to fight for Tank.
Oh.
Rayo.
Oh, you know why that's not happening, Stormy? Yeah. Are you being sarcastic, brother? Because last I checked, he tried to fight Rayo. And Rayo said, all right, we fight at 140. And Tank said, nope.
That's why. What? That's why I suggested, because he wants that 140 smoke now with Isak, right? Fight Rayo.
Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot Tank tried to get at Rayo. Rayo said, cool, 140. He said, no, 135. Team Rayo said, hell no, we just want a belt at 40. Why we come back to 135? Y'all forgot about that? But I thought Tank was the meal ticket, right? He turned down a Tank payday, y'all. That's something that y'all thought once you fight Tank, you making $1 gazillion. Y'all forgot about that? How many Tank fans talk about that? That happened. Look it up. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. That happened. He said, I just want a belt at 140. Why would I come back to 35? Oh, you're going to duck all this money. It wasn't much money. He's killing. He's cooling the game where he is. And he's not going to sacrifice his body like some motherfuckers do. I see you, Bernard Gilbert, and you're exactly right. He drained Frank Martin. Rematch Frank Martin again. Since you like fighting niggas you beat.
Yep, he's
and Frank Martin I saw at 140 was dangerous.
Yep. And all you got to do is ask old boy Bartholomew. Ask him.
Man.
I ain't never seen nobody lay out Bartholomew like that.
Head bounced off the mat and everything. He was asleep before he hit the mat.
He was asleep. He be asleep. He was asleep like those people in that photo I showed a moment ago with Shakur's fight.
That was a Shakur lullaby. Shakur be hypnotizing people. Man, Tank ain't shit. And by the way, Tank's on the list. Tank's on the list. Pussy. The rest of these dudes, y'all, there's no, look, man, I ain't taking no prisoners, man. There's no excuse for people to be jumping at to fight Devin. There's money and there's bragging rights in it. I don't know why y'all niggas, I don't know why. What the fuck, man? Delano says, why is everyone turning on Mr. Gary Russell? No one's turning on him. I'm not lying on the dude. What are you hearing, Delano? No, what are you hearing? Ain't no one turning on Mr. Gary Russell. What the fuck has he done in the last 2 years? What has he done? He had a fight. He just had, when he had that fight, Stormy? A couple of months ago.
Fuck that, Delano. Why you turning on Devin? Huh?
Exactly. Well, he never liked Devin, bro.
Well, why? Why? He's done good stuff. He's got his own company, promotional company. He makes money from both ends as the fighter and promoter. Huh? He's an undefeated fighter. He's out here ready for the record books and everything. And people are running from the guy.
And by the way, Delano,
what's there not to like? Unless you jealous. And you know the jealousy thing, we say that for women, huh? Women get jealous. A woman walks into a room dressed to the nines, looking real sharp and everything, and first thing when the first woman lay eyes on her, say, she thinks she cute.
He said,
huh? You guys looking at Devin like those women be looking at the women that walk in spotless.
Exactly. Huh? Hating on each other. He said he had knockout of the year. I don't care. When has Floyd Mayweather had knockout of the year? He's never had it. But he was a money man. Floyd Money May, right? Okay. I don't give a fuck about no. There could be a basketball player last year that had dunk of the year, but his team didn't even make the fucking playoffs. But he had dunk of the year though. I don't care about no knockout of the year. I don't give a fuck about none of that. And Delano, you're late in the game because the LDBC tried to make Gary Russell Jr. versus Devin Haney when he was at 135. Team Russell didn't want the fight, brother. What are you not getting? That was right out of the pandemic. Go into my archive around 2020, 2021. I used to have Batman on my show. I said, we got to fight. He said, nah, Slam, nah. I said, why not? He said, I don't know. Pops don't want to do it. I said, damn, bro. Rest in power to Batman. If you don't know, Delano, Batman was one of the Russell brothers. Lost his life in the streets like about 3 years ago. But I was talking to him. And the father, God rest his soul, they said they didn't want it. But my point is, Devin Haney is with the shits in all directions. He's with the shits. So you could want Gary Russell to do anything. But what's he doing? Is he actively calling out Devin? Gary Anton, Mr. Gary Russell, are they actively calling out Devin? And furthermore, you can actively call him out, but then the other part to that is it has to make sense. Where is he right now? Gary Anton Russell is he just got a big mouth. With an L, by the way. With a loss. Where he got outboxed. And he's not no world beater. He's not no killer. So you can like him all you want, but again, all I see is the work. That's not how this works. Why Devin got to do everything? Just because someone say his name, he got to stop what he's doing to go fight him. Devin is the A side in every direction, even versus Tank. Especially after the shenanigans last year. Devin's the A side. I don't care if you. And by the way, once you start fighting in Saudi, there's no A side, B side to be real about it. You're just fighting. He goes to Devin, how much we doing with this fight? Okay, 12 million, 15 million, okay. And then he'll go to you, how much you want? And at this point, if you go to Turkey and say, well, how much Devin making? He could tell you, don't worry about what I'm giving you. I'm asking you what you want. 10 million. Oh, you got to go lower than that. Because I know what you made your last fight. You're not getting that. I'll pay you a little more, but let's not overdo it. Niggas be like, no. Then they'll come home and get on their fucking internet and be like, hey, Devin priced himself out. No. Motherfucker wanted $50 million. Sounds familiar? Y'all remember when Anthony Joshua asked him $50 million? And then Deontay said, check your email. 50 mil, baby. And then what happened? He saw the fucking money, and then what happened? I'm not going to sell my soul for 50 million. He never said the money wasn't real. He said he's not going to sell the soul for 50 million, which means the money was real. So you got what you asked for, and you still said no. Bitch ass nigga. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? So as it stands right now, with the Brian Norman victory, because y'all the ones that called Brian the killer. Y'all the ones that said Devin has PTSD and all this other bullshit. He went in there for the crazy great fight. So y'all had to eat all that crow, and now everybody's on notice like, yo, how do you beat this kid? Can Tio do it? Nope. Can Tank do it? Nope. Can Gary Anton do it? Nope. Can Mister do it? Nope. Can I don't know, can Richardson Hitchens do it? Subel Matias, Shakur, Rowley, Keyshawn Davis? Nope. Can Boots do it? Nope. You know why I'm saying no? Because everybody was on the list. And they're talking a whole bunch of shit instead of fighting. Prove me wrong. Because if this nigga Devin was a mark, someone would have fucking put a bullseye on him and took it already. How the fuck do y'all look at yourselves in the mirror? Y'all disgusting. Y'all disgusting, man. And you disgust me. You disgust me. But shout out to Brian Norman Jr. This ain't no shade to him. In fact, we already said in Devin Haney's list, and I might talk about that tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact. Devin Haney's list, nobody on that list beats Brian Norman Jr. any fucking way. If not, prove me wrong. Go ahead and put Tank in the ring with Brian Norman Jr. See what happens. Go on and put Keyshawn in that ring. Shakur want to fight O'Connor Ben straight up, but wants a rehydration clause for fucking Devin. You guys, your favorite fighter's a pussy, man. Deebo Dev. This is why we call him Deebo. Oh, but Drew, Deebo lost at the end of Friday 1. How'd he lose? Was he hitting the head with a brick? Okay. So they had to cheat him to win, right? Coincidence? Now it makes sense. Stormy, closing words, brother.
It is time for us to have no mercy on the foolishness, which is why you guys have heard the Russells' names come up in this show. And I was the one to throw that name out there because it needs to be thrown in the loop as well. These are fighters that have sat in a position to do things and get things done, but they've done more talking with their mouths and less accomplishing in the ring. And they are riding that wave of those of you who support them because you're from their town, their state, their city, whatever. And they think that that's just good enough to get by. Well, no, we're raising the bar. Just like Suleiman raises the levels of banned substances, the amount that could be detected in your system, we are raising the bar now on the consideration of people who ain't doing anything. Because there are a handful of fighters in the sport of boxing throughout the divisions who are looking to accomplish things, and you can see the established fighters who are working in tandem to freeze them out, to not allow them to gain, and to not be a part of the process for them to gain. See, it was okay a few years back, you all think, when it was Guillermo Rigondeaux. But I ain't forget shit. I got a short memory, huh? And my memory goes directly back to that man because both he and King Kong Ortiz were fighters who were prominent in the sport and still had primes where they were allowed to be frozen out and you guys said nothing. And so now it's the fighters that you like that are operating with this feminine energy here, that are freezing someone who is alpha out of the mix. This
right.
DEI shit needs to get the hell out of boxing, because you can't be DEI and be alpha at the same time. In fact, alpha is an acronym and a word within itself that has stood the test of time. DEI was made conveniently as an acronym to describe you motherfuckers in your feelings. And so that's unacceptable. Here we say no to you all who support that foolishness. And we applaud those who want to make their way in the sport of boxing. You can see guys like David Benavidez and Jai Opataya and Devin Haney, men who are looking to get the job done. And now we see this young brother, Oshaki Foster. He's stepping up into the arena. His hat and his dread is being thrown out there because he wants to make a name in the sport of boxing. And these guys are running. They are running away. And the ones that you so-called love, support, and uphold, they are the ones that are falling by the wayside because it's just not in them. A coward is a coward. Those are my thoughts, brother.
Cobra Kai, no mercy. And there's no longer agreeing just to disagree. I'm not accepting we can agree to disagree. I'm not accepting that. There's only one way to look at this. And notice no one outside of trolls just trying to disrupt, no one can refute what I'm saying. If you're talking about your feelings, I don't care about your feelings because we're talking about the facts. Like my brother Blue says, facts over feelings. So salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. And if you're down on my wavelength, as it pertains to Devin Haney, if you're wishing him bodily harm, if you're wishing him not to be successful when he's trying to accomplish great things, which will look great on his resume by getting belts and fighting the best around him. If you're not on my wavelength,
Fuck you, nigga.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.